I made an AI that can predict the winners of a football match. Like this match, or this match, or this match. And it can predict quite accurately, assuming the matches aren't rigged. And the best part, I made it from scratch. Not the language, like, from the beginning, scratch. Which took me around 2 months to make. Why? Because I'm the first person in my family to make an AI. So, around 2 months ago when I was sleeping, I had this dystopian dream where Messi and Ronaldo plays from the same team. And they both asked me,
Deep, ¿sabes programar?
I say yes. And then they both asked me,
Haz una IA que pueda predecir si ganaremos el próximo partido o no.
oh, that's a really great idea. What the hell you guys are doing? What the hell? So the game plan is simple. I need a way to give 2 countries as an input to my AI, and it will do some magical stuff, and in the output it will give me who wins the match. Now, there are only 2 official ways to do it. First, call FIFA's chairman to know who will win the match, or second, use a machine learning algorithm that will be trained on lots and lots and lots of data from somewhere, and then hopefully it can predict who will win the match. Now, as I don't have outgoing service on my phone, let's work on the machine learning plan. That's way better. So with my half knowledge on AI, I started digging the internet. Like, quite literally, I started digging very deep. I went on a search to find a machine learning algorithm that can exactly do what I wanted. Maybe after 20-30 minutes, I found the algorithm, which is, drumroll, random forest. Now, I also don't quite know what it is, but it sounds kind of like those DSA questions, those weird tree questions. Let's see if my peanut brain can digest it. Future me here, boys. Actually, I didn't record the tutorial help part, but it took me a lot of tutorials, a lot of Claude, and some random Reddit threads to help me learn this algorithm, because I'm a dumbass, let's be real. And I also don't want you guys to waste your time like me. I did, like watching tutorials after tutorials, so let me explain. Random forest is a forest that is random. Now that's a literal meaning, but it's actually a bunch of decision trees. You can actually think it of like a bunch of yes or no questions, like formed in a big tree form. And each branch would have a different question. Let me give you an example. Let's say Team A versus Team B. Okay, fuck it. Argentina versus Portugal. The first question could be like, is Argentina's ELO greater than Portugal's ELO? By the way, if you don't know what ELO is, it's basically a ranking system. Have you seen Social Network? If yes, do you remember this scene? Yeah, this is basically that ELO algorithm shown in a fancy way. If you want to know more about it, I actually made a video about it. You can watch it later if you want. Anyways, so the better a team plays, the higher your rank is. In random forest, the answer is either yes or no. Then the tree asks another question. Has Argentina won at least 3 of its last 5 matches? Yes or no? Has Portugal conceded more than 2 goals in their last 5 matches? Yes or no? Is the game rigged? Yes or no? Basically, it's just a chain of true, false, or yes or no questions. And how do they know these questions? Because they are trained on lots of historical data. I mean, they will be trained, then they will know about this. The problem is that one tree is very unstable. If you change the training data even slightly, the tree might learn completely different rules and make poor predictions on new matches.
I got no rules, I count them.
This is called overfitting. Random Forest fixed this. Instead of building one decision tree, it builds hundreds of them. Each tree is trained on a different random sample of training data, so every tree sees a slightly different set of past matches and a different random subset of features. For example, Tree 1 uses ELO rating, home advantage, shots on target. Tree 2 uses possession, injuries, blah blah blah, 3-3 uses, recent form, rest days, goal conceded, blah blah blah. Now every tree makes its own prediction. Then the forest counts the votes, and boom, you have your sweet prediction. Now you understand the prediction part. Now we need the part of libraries because it's very important. First, what I would need is pandas. Oh, hello there! Pandas to handle data. Second is scikit-learn, whatever we're gonna call it, which is a machine learning library that will make our random forest tree. But I've never actually used these libraries in my life, so I need to learn these libraries. Future me here, boys. Learning these libraries took a lot more time than I expected. Like, it's been 2 weeks, but there is progress. I made a lot of mini projects and now I'm confident. That's actually a very good way of learning anything new, I guess, like making small projects. Not the big ones, because big ones are intimidating to make. I don't know what I'm saying. So yeah, my learning part is done and I feel quite confident, so I think I should move to the D-Day. Oh, before the D-Day, I need a D. By D, I mean data. I need data to train my model, because there is no AI model without no data. So, again, I went on an expedition to some dark corners of the internet, expecting cookies and creams I don't need, and finally found this amazing GitHub repository containing almost 50,000 official men's international football matches. Starting from the very first international match in 1872, what the hell, all the way to 2026. And the craziest part is that it's get updated regularly. Like, look at this. Like, it was just yesterday updated. What the, my god. A massive respect to the guy maintaining this repo, because this literally saved me weeks of work, not gonna lie. The data contains their scores, tournament, city, and country, which I'm not sure we'll use it or not. Then natural field indicates whether the match was played at a venue that was not the home countries of either team. Now before we even start coding, let me tell you the game plan. The first step is training the model. Now let me explain it in a way I wish someone explained it to me before. The dataset begins in 1872, when my AI starts training. It knows absolutely nothing about football. It doesn't know Brazil is good, it doesn't know Argentina has won World Cups, it doesn't know England invented football. Nothing. Now let's assume the very first match in the dataset is England versus Scotland in 1872. Before my code even looks at the score, it creates something called features. Features are basically football statistics that describe both teams before the match starts. The first feature is ELO at this point. England has an ELO of 1500. Scotland also has an ELO of 1500. This is the base ELO. The second feature is recent form. Basically, it will look at the last 5 matches. A win is denoted by 1, a draw is 0.5, a loss is 0. Then it simply averages those numbers. The next feature is goal difference. Let's say a team's last 5 goals difference is +2, +1, -1, +3, 0. So it will average those values. If the number is positive, then the team is generally been outperforming its opponents. Then we have goals for and goals against. Goals for is simply the average number of goals the team scores, and goals against is the average number of goals a team concedes. The next feature is head-to-head or H2H. This only compares 2 specific teams. For example, Brazil versus Argentina. Let's say historically Brazil has won 6 matches, Argentina has won 3, and they have drawn 1 match. So my code converts those numbers into win rates and draw rates, so the AI can understand which team has historically performed better against each other. Then we have World Cup titles. That one is pretty simple. Brazil has 5, Germany has 4, Argentina has 3, England has won the flying potato. England has won World Cup? It's just another feature that gives AI some historical context. Then there is tournament importance, because obviously winning a FIFA World Cup match should matter more than winning a friendly match in your friendly neighborhood. Then we have natural venue feature. Playing at home gives teams advantage. It learns from these features. Now let's go back to the England versus Scotland match. Before looking at the score, my code creates all of these features. Then, and only then, it looks at the actual result. Let's say England wins. Now my football memory gets updated. Basically, after every match, my AI remembers everything that happened. Now the code moves to the second historical match. And then it moves to the next match, and then the next, and then the next, and next. And this repeats for almost 50,000 historical matches. Until every single historical match has been converted into training data. And only after all of that does the random forest start learning. I said asking 500 different questions, and estimators is 500. Each tree is trained on a slightly different random sample of the historical matches. Now everything is set, so let's make some sweet prediction. Let's see, England versus Argentina semifinals. Now France versus Spain. Okie dokie. So before we see who wins the FIFA World Cup final, if you also want to predict football matches, not just like World Cup matches, but also like club tournaments or, for your local matches, yeah, you just need the data and you can also do that as well. And by the way, you will find the entire code in my Ko-fi page for absolutely free. Don't worry, you don't have to pay anything unless you want to. And I've also provided the guide how to use it, so don't worry, don't get intimidated, it's pretty easy to use. And yeah, let's see who wins the FIFA World Cup final. Oh, it's Spain? Now Messi will be in Spain without the S. If you enjoyed the video, then please like, because it took me like 2 months, that's crazy to think. And I also have to edit the video, my god. Anyways, I will see you next time, bye.